Hello everyone, this is part 3 of the Trojans. Asteroids will impact the Earth in 2021. And the reason I have made the decision to put part 3 up now is because I want to clear up some questions. I want to answer the questions here. I want to answer them now, and I want you to listen to every word I'm about to give you. As you know, this channel received information approximately 4 months ago that the Trojans belt was interrupted by two large rocks. One was 3 to 4 miles and the other one was 4 to 5 miles. The debris field was interrupted. We never have a problem with the Trojans, okay? Never. But now they are coming our way. Back when I received that information, Jupiter was being hit on both sides. Now it's coming our way. And it will be here. They will be here approximately of March. Coming up in March of this year. And into the second quarter, possible. So sometime in the end of the first quarter, which is March, April, May, we are going to start seeing them come in. That is what I was told. Approximately 100 of them is heading this way. 50% of them will be near Earth objects. Okay? 50%. Now, probably more than likely, 20 of them will come very close to the Earth and start impacting the Earth along that time period. That's what I was told. And it will continue all the way into October, but possibly longer. Now, I did the update on safe locations. Now, this is the part I want you to hear me out. I want you to listen to every word. Okay? You know, some of you, and those who are passing through, maybe you don't, but I have contacts with geologists, astronomers, military, and intelligence. The information I'm giving you in this series did not come from an astronomer. It did not. Those are the people that have a career studying the cosmos, including rocks, such as these. Now, the information did not come from an astronomer. Okay? It came from intelligence. If you know anything about intelligent information, it can change in a month, it can change in 2 months, 6 months, it can change in 2 weeks, or it can change overnight. Hear me out, please, because some of you are very concerned. If the information I received, the source told me that he received the information from NASA, never a straight answer, and it was related to the quantum computer that they use to pinpoint these rocks and the timelines and the location approximately where it would hit. On Earth, also the size. Now, I cannot ask him questions like that. When I receive the information, it's basically that's what I'm going to get. I'm not going to ask multiple questions. I'm just going to receive the information and then it's done. That information that I received from intelligence, I don't know where he received it. Okay, maybe he got it from NASA. Maybe he didn't. I did not get it from an astronomer. Okay? So, all of this can change. All of it. I am simply giving you the message that I received, and you can take it or you can leave it. Now, safe locations. A lot of people don't understand. Maybe they do. Earth is 60% ocean, 40% landmass, approximately. So the majority of these rocks, chances are, will hit in water. That's why I did safe locations. But it's highly possible they can also hit landmass. That means you cannot run from these rocks. There's no way. Now, I was told we're going to get hit with multiple impacts. I was told that. The Earth is spinning at 1,300 miles per hour. That means it could impact one right after another at the same location as it's moving. Okay. I was also told that they are looking at multiple forest fires throughout the world. So that's multiple impacts. The other thing I want to address is, if you cannot move away from the water because of finances, then do the best you can. Okay? Do the best you can. If you can relocate, like I did, in a remote area, 7,500 feet above sea level, away from the water, a lot of people cannot do that financially. And they could impact right here in New Mexico, and I may be right under one of those rocks. So when you ask me, where can I go? The only thing I can say is get away from the water if you can. If you can. If you cannot, then prepare spiritually in case something happens. One subscriber said, do you have a timeline? I stated it in part 1, part 2. Maybe I didn't, but it is in the first quarter, between March, April, and May. And they stated, the article that I read, now he did not give me the information I'm about to give you right now, that they are expecting a rock to impact the Bermuda Triangle off the east coast of America. Another one is coming. A large one is coming in between August, September, and October. So it may be multiples. I was told it would impact the Pacific Ocean in the southern hemisphere. It may be an impact in the northern hemisphere. I don't know, because you cannot go to Google, whatever you want to call it, and try to get that kind of information dealing with the Trojans. Not right now. The only thing I can do is, when the time gets closer, I'm always checking with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, also spaceweather.com, and looking for any objects that are coming at 1 lunar distance. That's 230,000 miles. If it's 1.5, I'm not interested. Okay? I'm not concerned. And as you know, they come with a debris field. The debris field comes a few days before the big one comes in, and a few days afterwards. Just like what happened with 2018 VP1. That rock came in. Yes, It was small, approximately 20 feet. The video shows it exploding. There was multiple rocks that came in for 3 days. But also, multiple rocks was reported in Europe and other parts of the world. I believe some of them was reported in the southern hemisphere as well. So there was a period of 4 days that we had a number of objects that entered our atmosphere. We are going to listen to a, should I say, third opinion. Part 2 had a second opinion. And we are going to listen to Mike Around the World that was recorded Thursday night. Only 5 minutes is all we're going to listen to. Now, he does not mention the Trojans. I fully understand. He makes a statement. You have to read between the lines. A lot of sensitive material is being deleted, and you are not going to find this information because it's very, should I say, sensitive material. So we're going to listen approximately 5 minutes of Mike from Around the World, which everyone knows that's not his real name. His real name is William, from what I understand, and he lives in northern Georgia. Paul Begley is going to be asking him some questions, and there's times, as you know, Paul interrupts Mike. That's why I don't listen to Paul Begley for a number of reasons. He will not let Mike finish what he's trying to present to the audience. Now, from what I understand, William, Mike, whatever you want to call him, he is connected to intelligence of the federal government. Also, I'm going to make a special announcement at the end of this video. This video is going to be very short. I'm not going to go into safe locations. If you want to know safe locations, I did a series of videos on the channel. Just simply go back and look through it. Also, I am going to organize the playlist. I'm cutting out my private or personal videos that I collected over the years dealing with how to live off the grid, how to grow food, things like that, to be self-sufficient. And I'm going to redo all of those so I can get the channel in order and put up a playlist that will consist of the channel's videos, because now there's about 200 of them. But anyhow, let's listen to see what Mike has to say on this subject. And remember, he's not talking about the Trojans, but he does make a very important announcement that these rocks will continue for 2 years. Now remember, planetary system Wormwood, Nibiru, Planet X, Planet of the Crossings, the Great Destroyer, the Red Kachina, whatever you want to call it, it comes in every 3,657 years. We are at 3,653. He touches on that just a little bit. Now, as you know, if you know anything about that subject, it's a debris field that's 300,000 miles wide, 1.5 to 2 million mile long tail, and it's made of red iron oxide. And when that hits the atmosphere and hits salt water, it can cause sulfur, but also arsenic poisoning. And this is what the Bible was talking about, that a third of the sea life in the oceans will die. So that event is coming. But Mike talks a little bit about that, not too much in detail, but let's check it out and see what Mike has to say.
shocks. And also, the same evening, we had a meteorite hit Norway, just north of Oslo. Deep impact, and really the media has not covered that as they've been infatuated with the Capitol building. So what is your thoughts on an interplanetary shock wave? Where'd that come from?
Those are pulses. We keep having these. That's just like right now, right? There is a live track happening right now. You're not going to read about it. You're not going to see it on any internet sensors. No one's going to talk about it, but there's a bound track that's inbound. We're trying to determine, is it going to hit the water or hit on land? It's fairly insignificant. Nevertheless, it is inbound. We're trying to get a pretty good course track on this thing.
Is it a meteorite? Is it a meteor?
Yeah, it's a meteorite. It's inbound. In fact, course tracks of small objects like that. Well, it takes a different method to see them all. They can see all this stuff. They just say they can't so they can get everybody's money or get everybody involved. They don't really need the money. They need people involved and behind these operations so they won't ask questions, to be honest with you. And I know that censorship is up on all these things, but I'm trained, I'm pretty good at talking like this, to talk around certain things. Yeah. But there's some tracks that are inbound, and so we're trying to get a handle on where they're going to land.
Now, is that now, Mike, is that part of the debris cloud that you've been talking about that's on the way?
Yeah, it is. And you know what's so stunning about that is we've had since we've begun talking about it, we've had 81 different Earth-based impacts from space, but we're not even at any dense range or close to it enough to have that type of effect, which means we have grossly underestimated what this is going to cause.
So
that's what that means.
Okay. So we've had 81 impacts since we talked about this a couple months ago, and we know there's some tracks coming in, and basically it's from that debris cloud that's coming in. I think I've been trying to figure out the timing on that around 2000. Can I say 2023 to 2025, or Mike, is it going to be sooner?
Well, this year was always an expected year that damage would be incurred, that we would really begin to see damage. But this soon indicates that we have grossly underestimated the density of the sheer size of this thing. The bigger it is, the longer it takes for us to get through it. In other words, if we had meteor storms on a consistent basis, right, that would mean we're about to hit the heart of it. When we have objects that would actually just take down something the size of the Empire State Building, we're right in the middle of it. But we still have to get out of it the same way we entered in, because you have sporadic particles, then you have more and more density to those particles, and you have devastation, and then you go back to your, more and more particles, and then you have sporadic objects, because you're going in and you're going out. Both sides of this thing, they have pebbles in the front, boulders in the middle, pebbles in the back. So, having to pass through it that long, because it's going to take more than, a year or 2 years, this Earth is going to get pummeled big time.
So it's going to take, and Indonesia had a 6.4 earthquake and about 6.4 earlier today. We're seeing more quakes now. Mike, you're saying that it's going to take about 2 years to get through this debris cloud with some pebbles, but some boulders, and it's going to be tough to get through. We're going to get pummeled. It's going to.
See, it's so bad. Fastball's so bad that not only will the Earth get pummeled, but it certainly is going to affect our sun. When it reaches a point where it hits the sun's going to react to all those things, hitting in there, and that's going to cause more damage to us on the Earth. So it's unavoidable. It's just something we're going to pass through. And the expected date of any density of getting close to this thing would be probably near the end of 2021. But that's not true. It's already started already. More and more of these penetrators are coming right into the atmosphere, hitting the ground. And there'll be some here in a few hours that they claim they never saw, whatever the case is. But episodes like that we're going to see, and then not only that, but some of the gases that are in the atmosphere are they're going to be altered and changed because every single particle, we pick up tons of debris per day. I'm talking about tons of it. Now, in that debris is a bunch of, this stuff is frozen. It's frozen particles or molecules in there, like methane, like hydrogen, like arsenic, and they're released in the atmosphere. So not only will we deal with the things coming into the atmosphere, but we're going to see atmospheric changes from, it'll be like somebody constantly pumping gallons of methane into the atmosphere.
What? Wait, my
or gallons of arsenic. So,
well, but now you're talking wormwood. Now we're going to wormwood.
Well, as these things enter in, right? As these frozen balls and everything else they enter in, they're going to light up in the atmosphere. Well, when they light up in the atmosphere, all that material is going to be released in the atmosphere. So we're going to have a change in our atmosphere. The more debris we see come in, the more our atmosphere is going to change. And it's happened before. It's happened where the atmosphere was quite toxic, which killed off quite a few, animals and everything. So,
well, there you have it. That was from Paul Begley channel. I will have a link in the description block. And this illustration here shows all of the meteors that are coming in for this year. Each month there's different debris fields. But this illustration will show approximately how much we're going to get affected by all of this year. It's truly amazing once you realize what we're totally up against. So, what I would like to share with you is that all we can do is to prepare for these events spiritually. If you can afford to relocate, like one subscriber sent me a message, Arizona or New Mexico? ? I was guided here. To New Mexico. A very safe location. You can go to Top of the World. I will have that in the description box below the video. And Top of the World is a real estate individual that I know. He owns plots, but also he has a construction company, and he can build you a house or a log cabin in that location. But I will have that information as well. The other thing I want to share with you is we cannot control these things, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot. And we know these things are coming. I am more concerned about what is about to take place in the next few days. Now, I am going to stay up late and do a very important announcement video that you cannot watch. It's not going to be on YouTube. I can't take a chance on the channel being taken down. There's a lot of other channels that are having the videos uploaded on YouTube. They can get by with it. Some of them are very large channels. This is a small channel, and I cannot take a chance. It deals with Q. If you know what that is, it is approximately 200 major generals that is working with President Trump to expose and make arrests within the next few days. This is worldwide, ladies and gentlemen, what is about to take place. It deals with human trafficking. Over 285,000 children, give or take 20,000, are abandoned every day, and 180,000 ends up into human trafficking. Domino's Pizza. Okay, pizza, and you know the gate, it's fixing to fall like dominoes. I'm going to do a video on it, and the presentation will not be on this platform. I will have a link when it's completed in the description block. But it is all over the internet right now. There is 20,000 National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. right now. The military is there right now. From what I understand, President Trump is going to make an emergency broadcast message either Sunday or Monday. They are talking about taking down the internet, and you will only have access to the TV to watch the emergency broadcasts. He will do a number of videos, live messages, but also it's going to be worldwide martial law. That's what I was told. I have been keeping up with this subject for months now, and if you watch the video on the channel Eyes Wired Shut Part 2, it explains it. Now, I am going to be working on that. This is very critical, because it's all over the world. Groups are trying to take down the cabal. You know who they are, the 13 Luminut cases. I don't think they can do it. That's my personal opinion. They have too much control. But I wanted to release this tonight to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, these things may not happen, but they could happen. We have a number of debris fields we're going to go into this year. Okay, let's look at the Trojans. Number one, starting approximately in March. The planetary system, number two, that is in March. The Trojans are increasing this year by 30%. That starts approximately in February and March, and they will continue all throughout the year. So that's three major debris systems. 60% water is upon the earth, 40% land. So what does that tell you? That tells me most of them is going to hit the water. And if you live around these areas next to the water, I suggest you get with other people or get with yourself and see about relocating as soon as possible. That's what I recommend. I would go to the Heavenly Father in prayer and ask for guidance, and it will be given to you. Ask for patience, guidance, and understanding. And that's all we can do, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. You know, I came here to New Mexico. They could hit right here. I got a sign made up, and I'm going to go outside on top of the hill, and I'm going to hold up that sign. Hit right here. Hit here, please. So I can go home. I don't want to be here anymore. This world is totally crazy. I mean the civilization, not our planet, but the civilization, 90% of them are asleep. They don't understand what's happening, and it's only approximately 10% of the Earth's population that is fully awake and know that these things are coming. Okay? But I love you all. It's been a busy week, and it's going to get more busier every single day. 2021, I told everyone that if you can't get through this part, you ain't going to make it 4 or 5 months from now. And I'm telling you, I told everyone on this channel 4 months ago, they are going to take down the internet. Do you remember me stating that? I love you all, ladies and gentlemen. Please be safe. Please continue in prayer. Please be strong. Please share your love with your loved ones and your family members and tell them every single day, I love you. I love you all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you receive this message. Please be strong. I send you much love with many blessings, and thank you for being yourselves. God bless everyone.